It's me again. Today I want to discuss about the burden of being a movie collector, a true or avid movie collector, or a film archivist, or I call myself sometimes as a DVD archivist. Overall and generally speaking, I really enjoy the activity of collecting movies, of accumulating these physical media releases in my collection, adding them to my collection, buying some different titles, sometimes similar titles. But I've been thinking, and I think there are some. I don't know. It's probably like a burden, like a problem, a point for movie collectors like myself. Perhaps it's not for other collectors, but for collectors like myself who really want to preserve many things related to films and home video releases. There is certainly some burdens that I would like to discuss, and perhaps I'm going to make some like a series talking about the burdens of being an avid movie collector. Now, I wanted to talk about this after I purchased this video CD of Indonesian film called Eiffel I Am in Love. This is the movie on a video CD. So the story of this movie, this was released back in 2003, I think. The film was released in 2003, Eiffel I Am in Love. This was the highest grossing Indonesian film of 2003, and some people back then, the public called this one the Titanic of Indonesia because of the love story and how popular it was. Um, it it was a smashing hit. It was just a very successful movie, but when I saw this movie for the very first time, I knew that this movie is not good. And it was not about, because I was not watching it in the initial release date. I saw this one very late, perhaps last year for the very first time in 2024, because I didn't really feel interested in watching this movie before, but then because this is one of the most popular Indonesian film, I decided to finally purchase the video CD and watch this movie Eiffel I'm in Love, and the movie is just terrible. It is just a bad movie. It's so bad that I don't think it's a matter of aging like milk, because it was never good to begin with. It's just a terrible movie. The story was based on a book written by a 15 years old, and I'm not saying it to discredit or to mock youngsters who made stories. I really appreciate how people that young can create something so massive. But the point is that the story is just really bad. It's just illogical. Everything's just so bad. The well, the worst part is, of course, the story. The story logic is just awful. The story consistency is just not there. Because of that, the acting cannot be, really good, because I think the actors, they just do the best they can do best on the script, but the script itself is just awful. So yeah, it's just a terrible movie, but I still have this one because this is a very important piece of history of cinema in Indonesia, and also a very important piece of history of um, home video releases in this country. And today, the price of this video CD is very expensive, quite expensive. There are a lot of resellers out there selling this video CD with insane price. So it's not about the actual movie itself. Again, it's about its historical importance in the cinema landscape of Indonesia. So I have this movie Eiffel I'm in Love not because I love the movie, but because I deem this movie as an important piece of cinema history. And so I also got the second copy of this movie, Eiffel I'm in Love, the extended edition. Now, the extended edition is 3 hours, And the price of this extended edition is even much more expensive than the standard one in the second-hand market. The initial price is like, you can see that the initial price of the original one is 30,000 rupees. It's around $2. The same thing with the extended edition, 35,000, still around $2. But in the second-hand market, the price can be more than $10. That is just insane. But that's because these two movies are very rare now to find on video CD. And Indonesian, they never really care about releasing their movies on physical media on a better, a treatment like in the US, we got like Hollywood movies like the Gone with the Wind, Sound of Music. We got the special edition with those beautiful packaging and beautiful transfer. Indonesians, they never really care about that. So this is all that we got. This is as good as it gets on the home video releases of this movie, Eiffel, I'm in Love, and the extended one. But the point of this video is not is that I'm purchasing this one, and I have two of them, not because I love the movie, but because I think these two are very important. Watching this, the original one is like a torture, but watching this 3 hours is just like double the torture. It's just so painful to watch the movie. But yeah, it's just, we buy the movie not because we want to enjoy the movie and watch the movie over and over again, but because we think it is an important piece of history of cinema. So we purchase that particular movie. And I know that there are a lot of collectors out there who perhaps do the same thing. They buy the movie not because they want to experience it over and over again, but because they simply see that this is an important piece of cinema history. So they have to own that one in their collection. Like today, I mostly purchase movies that I know I will watch over and over and over again. I purchased not so long ago King Kong 1976 Blu-ray from I don't know, Scream Factory, and I watched that like multiple times already because that is one of the best movies that I've seen during my childhood, and I really love to revisit that movie again and again and again. I watched that multiple times. So that's the key of my purchase lately, is that I will just buy movies that I really love so that I can watch it over and over again. But there are exceptions like these movies. So yeah. It's not because I love the movie, but because I deem those movies really important. And I have another movie. It's What is the Meaning of Love, starring the same actors as Eiffel, I'm in Love. This movie is possible because of this movie. So those actors will not star in this movie without Eiffel, I'm in Love. But this one is so much better compared to Eiffel, I'm in Love. But this one does not have the special treatment. This one does not have a standard edition. And this one is not as rare as Eiffel, I'm in Love. That is just insane. I don't know why. This is genuinely a good movie, but this is just a terrible movie. But I don't know the hype. The hype was just so big surrounding Eiffel, I'm in Love. So yeah, it's just a very popular movie. And I, try to track back in 2003 and 2004 the initial reviews from adults at the time, and they were a lot of reviews actually saying that this is actually a bad movie, but that it's still it won't matter because the movie is still a very successful film. Lots of especially teenage girls really love this movie, and we cannot change the fact of history that this is now the highest grossing movie of 2003 in Indonesia. And this is not just happening with Indonesian films. After I realized that, I'm buying the movie again in extended edition, not because I love it, but because I think it is important. And I do that a lot, turns out, with other films. For example, I have this movie. This is another Indonesian movie, Gi. and it's portrayed by one of the most famous actors in Indonesia called Nicholas. But I do not like this movie at all. This is not a good movie based on my own judgment. This is not a good movie. This movie can be a lot better, but it's not. But again, this has the same, not the same. I mean, different from I Fall I'm in Love. That film got really, really negative press and it's really, really bad. But even though it's successful, but Gi received tons of praise by critics and viewers, and that's why I wanted to watch this movie to begin with. But it turns out that this is not a good film, so I don't like it. But this is a very, very important piece of cinema, and also the video CD is quite rare today. So I decided to purchase the video CD when I can find one on a reasonable price. The initial price is, as you can see there, 29,000 rupees, but resellers can sell these again just like I Fall I'm in Love. It's more than $10. So when I got this one on reasonable price, I decided to just purchase this one. And it's again different from this case. This one is Janji Journey. This one has a very, very good press, very, very great critics reviews, and it is actually a great movie, a decent film. It's a very, very good movie, and I suggest you to watch this movie if you haven't. If you can find this movie online somewhere, I don't know where you can find this one, but if you can, this is a good movie about someone who deliver movie role. Back then, studios, they do not have a lot of film prints, and there are people working as a delivery service for the film roll, the film print. So they got the intermissions. They need to deliver the film print from theater A to theater B, and that is just what this movie about. Janji Journey it's a really, really good movie, and starring the same actor. So this is what I meant by he's one of the most famous actors. It's like his movies is always like, people say that it's great. It's like Daniel Day-Lewis. When you watch the movies, he's just a great star, and you would want to watch all of his movies. But with this one, Gi, I genuinely think that this is not a good movie, but I still have it, not because I love it, but because this is an important piece of cinema history and of home video history. The same thing with these Hollywood movies, like perhaps this West Side Story, starring Natalie Wood. I do not like this movie at all. I'm sorry. I I don't know. It just doesn't click with me. The story, West Side Story. I thought this would be a lot better than what we got, but it's not. So I don't like this movie, frankly speaking. But I still have this one because people talk about this all the time. It's considered one of the great cinema classics, so I need to have this one. The same thing I think with Casablanca. I don't really like that movie, I know, but it's an important piece of history, and the DVD version actually has a long documentary that's very, very good, and I keep that DVD because of that. So this is another sample of that, and also I have this movie on video CD, The Maltese Falcon. I don't like this movie, but I keep the video CD, and I purchased the video CD because this is the colorized version of the movie on a video CD, and that is quite rare to find such movies colorized on video CD, because most of the time when it comes to black and white pictures released in my country, Indonesia, they will just release the black and white version, the original version, but this is not an Indonesian release. I think this one is a Singapore release, and this one is colorized. You can see over there. On the cover, it says colorized. So it's again an important piece, not only for the history of cinema, but also for the history of home video releases and how they re-release movies in color. And this one is a terrible, terrible transfer. The coloring is just awful. It's just terrible. It's just like those early Shirley Temple DVDs with the coloring is just all off. I think from the VHS transfer back in the 80s and 90s, just awful. I do not know why they they don't just release the black and white version, but they release the colorized version. But I'm keeping this not because the movie is so great or because I really enjoy the movie. I don't like it, but because of the fact that it is an important piece of cinema history and also an important piece of home video history that they released this one colorized version on video CD instead of the black and white version. There you go. The Maltese Falcon on video CD. I bet you don't know that they ever released this one on this format. And again, talking about films that I don't really like, but I keep because of the importance of the specific edition is perhaps Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's perhaps a surprise because I'm a Disney fan, and me talking the fact that I do not really like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I mean, I do enjoy watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from time to time, and I do know that this is the most important Disney movie, but it's not the best Disney movie. Is not my favorite, all-time favorite Disney movies or Disney princess. It's not Snow White, but I have the movie on Platinum Edition, and I have two versions of Platinum Edition. I have the DVD version of Platinum Edition. I keep this one because this is an important piece of history, both of cinema and of home entertainment, because this shows the heyday of DVD, when DVD ruled the planet, and this is like the standard for Platinum Edition releases, just the level of craftsmanship that they had for the DVD release, the special features, the menus, everything for the Platinum Edition is just so great. That is why, even though I got the Diamond Edition, and they released the Diamond Edition for those movies, and later the Signature Collection, I'm still going to keep the Platinum Edition because this one has great special features, this one has great presentation, and this is an important piece of cinema history and also home video history. I'm not going to get rid of this one because of that. It's not because I want to watch this movie over and over again. It's not because I love the movie, but because I think this edition is very important. So I decided to just keep that one. And I have the video CD version of that movie, the same edition, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Platinum Edition, but on different format. This one is on a video CD. It's lower resolution compared to the DVD, and people normally got the VHS version, but that is part of the point why I'm keeping this one, is because most people know Snow White Platinum Edition on DVD and on VHS, but in my region it's on DVD and a video CD, and this is the video CD version of that movie. It is in this unnecessarily tall video CD packaging with the cardboard. The cardboard is just so tall. The actual movie is just inside that jewel case, CD jewel case, a very small one. But this showcases the how big a video CD market once was. That is an important part of the history of home entertainment, to let people know that video CD was so popular, it was so big, that they even released the Platinum Edition of Snow White in this special packaging. Take a look at that, all new immersive video CD experience. Take a look at that. And for comparison with the DVD, the video CD is a lot taller than the DVD version. There you go. And this one got the Disney hologram sticker, so it was really official from Disney. And another one, it's still from Disney, is this video CD of Beauty and the Beast on quote-unquote steelbook edition. So this is on a tin packaging. Usually a video CD, they use standard jewel case like the Maltese Falcon, and I do have Beauty and the Beast on video CD standard packaging, and I have the DVD. I have of course the Blu-ray version of Beauty and the Beast, but I'm still keeping this video CD version just because of its packaging. It's not because I fancy the packaging, but because the packaging is an important piece of cinema history, and specifically of home video history, because they do not release video CDs on this type of packaging a lot. back then, and of course later they never release video CDs in this type of packaging again. This is in a tin packaging, but later on people just call this one the steelbook of a video CD. There you go. This one again showcases how popular video CD once was in the late 90s and early 2000s, so they released special packaging like this one. So I'm keeping this as a showcase, not because I adore the packaging or because I adore the movie, because if I adore the movie I'm going to watch the Blu-ray version over and over again. It's a brilliant movie, but I need to have this video CD version in my collection just to as an archive. I don't know. It's just an important piece of history. I'm keeping this one safe in my collection so that it reminds us all that this was available at one point in our history, and showcasing how popular video CD once was. So yeah, that is another reason why I'm keeping those movies, not because I really want to watch that movie over and over again, but because the movie itself and the packaging is a very, very important piece of history of cinema and home video releases. Another reason is that perhaps like this video CD of Meteor Garden. Now I buy this one because I love the series, I love Meteor Garden, and I've watched this like perhaps 3 or 4 times already. And I was writing a review of this Meteor Garden, and I noticed that a lot of people read that article that I wrote like in 2018. So I decided to write other articles about other releases of Meteor Garden, other version of Meteor Garden. This is the Korean version of Meteor Garden, Boys Over Flowers. This is another case, just like I Fall I'm in Love. Boys Over Flowers is not good at all. I really, really dislike this series. They got great cast, they got great music, but story-wise it's just awful. It's just such a massive letdown. But I'm keeping this one because I was writing the articles for Meteor Garden and next for Boys Over Flowers, but also because this series is just like I Feel I'm in Love. It's just so popular back in the 2009, late 2000s, this Korean drama was just so popular, so I really, really need to have this one in my collection. Again, not because I enjoy this one, but because it's an important piece of cinema history and also home video history, so I need to have this one in my collection. And the last one, I think, is the more serious reason of collecting these movies on your collection, with the reason other than enjoying the movie, is this video CD of the year of Living Dangerously. And just like I Fall I'm in Love, I have 2 versions of the year of Living Dangerously, and this is not different version, quote unquote. This is the same version of the year of Living Dangerously, not the extended version or something. But this one is the year of Living Dangerously, released in Indonesia and approved by the Indonesian government. And this one is, I think, the Singapore release of the movie, so not the Indonesian release. And I decided to add this one to my collection because the actual movie was banned in my country, because this movie is about my country, about the time in the 60s with the President Sukarno, and it was just a bloody history of Indonesia. And in the 80s, the second presidency, they refused to give permission to the creators of this movie to shoot the movie in Indonesia. So instead they shot the movie in the Philippines, I think, but not in Indonesia. And they banned the movie until 2001, until there's the 3rd president of Indonesia. So the first president is President Sukarno. The second one is President Suharto. He reigned for like 32 years or 33 years. And then there's this revolt in 1998. And then there's a new president. The new president finally allowed this movie in 2001, and that's right. This one was released in 2009, and that is the government approval, the Board of Censorship approval number 2241/video CD, blah blah blah, and was approved in July 2001. So I was curious to see whether there are differences in the release between the Indonesian release and the Singapore release. Did they edit something? Did they add something to the movie? That's just I was just curious, so I just purchased this one. I haven't seen the second one because I haven't got the chance to watch this one, but I just think that that is a very intriguing idea of having same movies, but they're released by different countries, talking about a very sensitive topic from a country that banned the movie initially. So I'm keeping them both because they're an important piece of history in home entertainment and in cinema, and also in the history in general, in the history of this country. So I'm keeping this movie. So I think that is all that I wanted to share with you at this very moment, just talking about us collectors. And sometimes we collect movies not necessarily because we want to watch the movie over and over again, not necessarily because we love the movie, but because the movie is so important, the packaging is so important, that we feel that we need to have that one in our collection to preserve it, to curate it in our collection, that we can make an archive of our collection. This is not just merely a collection, but also an archive. We're not just a DVD collector, but we're also a DVD archivist. We collect because these are very important. So I collect other things also, perhaps some Barbie movies, not because I love Barbie, but because it's a very important piece of cinema history. I collect some I don't know, movies that I don't like, but I still have them because those are very important movies. So I think that is all that I wanted to share with you at this very moment. This is just a what is it? It's just a light discussion, not a very serious discussion. So thank you very much if you're still with me up until this very moment. Take care and goodbye.